So we'll continue on with another recurring bit, and we're going with the overrated, underrated. And Jim put this in here, and I know you're inspired by Street Fighter.
That is exactly how I got inspired by it.
With the 1cc runs. Now, Jim, if someone doesn't know, why don't you quickly explain what that means?
Basically, you know what? I actually have it. Basically, it means it's like from the old arcade game days where you just pop in 1 quarter and you just try to beat the entire game based on that 1 life or that 1 continue that you have.
Basically, no additional continues.
One credit clear. That's what it stands for.
Yeah. So if you don't, you can build up multiple lives, especially in games like Street Fighter.
No continues. No continues.
Yeah. But no continues. You can have as many lives as you earn points for. You just don't continue. And is it overrated or underrated? Jim, since you got torn apart last time, I'll let you go first in this argument. Not even that it's an argument. We might have the same opinion like we did last time.
See, this is weird because it's not like it's overrated because you'll never find someone who's like, oh, you didn't really play a game unless you 1cc it. Like, it's a niche category. Like, it's as niche as it gets. You only see it mostly in arcade fans and definitely in shooter fans. So, and like you said, I brought it up because of the arcade mode in Streets of Rage 4 where there's no continues. You just get some lives, you can build more, but got to beat the game with the lives that you have.
Okay, so wait, Jim, you know what? I think you and I were about to have the same feeling. So I'll let you take underrated and I'll take overrated.
Okay, that's fine.
I have to think how to frame it, but go ahead.
All right, so I'm underrated, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Because honestly, if I'm going with my honest opinion, I'd probably go underrated. But to try to play devil's advocate, I'll try to make an argument for overrated.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I would say. Okay, just for me doing underrated. For me doing underrated. I can't talk. So I've been doing this for 65 episodes. I can't do nothing. But
Careful.
Easy. This guy's saying. But yeah, it's underrated because the reason it's underrated is because of the dedication and the passion that it takes to actually be able to do it. And when you like to have the ability and the skill set, for one, it's a skill set, and then 2, it becomes memorization and then muscle memory. And to just put that level of time and effort, you can't really take away from a person who really tries that hard to be that good at a game. And then you get to the even more weirder subsets of 1cc runs where it's like 1cc no hit. Because you'll see them where people will try to play through, like, say, Gradius on the NES.
Is that like the PC Engine?
There were games of the Gradius life on the PC Engine. There's Salamander. I think some of the Gradius games might have made its way over there. But, you know, where you go through an entire game and you know it so well that you don't even get hit. Not like you don't die. You don't get hit. So that's a level of... It's something that I could never do and I would never do. But I can't take away the passion that a person would have to try and actually do that. So that's why it's underrated, just because of the effort it takes to actually do it. The effort and the skill, because you need skill. You got to be good.
Okay. My only... my basic argument would say overrated. And I do agree with what Jim's saying, so it's not like I'm trying to argue Jim's point. What I'm suggesting is the same way that I feel video games in general are a form of escapism. You play it for enjoyment. You play it for whatever. To me, if you're doing these 1cc things and you're trying to do it, if you're just doing it on a whim and saying, like, can I play, like Jim's trying to do right now with Streets of Rage 4.
Right.
He's like, can I do it? If I know you well enough, you're going to do it. You're going to be like, cool, I did it. And then you're probably not going to then turn around and be like, now let me do it with every single character.
Yeah, like...
You may turn around and be like, hey, Bri, maybe me and you can try to do it, or, like, play it with somebody else, but you on yourself are not going to then turn around and be like, well, now I got to do it with every character. Now I got to do it, like you said, no hits. Like, you're not going to get to that level. You're going to see, can I do it once? You'll do it once. You did it, and you walk away from it.
Yeah. I mean, what do you call it? If I can get through Streets of Rage 4 arcade on medium, if I get through it, I'll be like, I'm good. I don't need to do it on hard or any of that shit.
So that level of player, I understand and I get. And it's truly, even a game like Streets of Rage 4, it's not impossible. Like, honestly, you could probably do it in a handful of playthroughs. It's not going to take you weeks and weeks and weeks or months and months and months. It's going to be, you're just going to do it one day. So when I think of the 1cc people, though, that get to the level you're describing, I honestly almost compare them to, like, vegans. In the sense that you're limiting yourself by locking yourself into one specific thing, and you're only doing that thing, and you're hyper-focusing on it, and you're not enjoying anything else out there. And you're only like, I need to, like, get the best at this. And my whole situation is like, what does it matter? When you did it in the arcades, it was literally a way of saving money. But in the same idea, you were probably playing that game hundreds, if not thousands of times to be able to do that, spending who knows how much money. So it's like you're not truly saving money. And I don't know. I'm just torn because it's overrated, because I feel like it's detrimental because you're not allowing yourself now. You've beaten the games who knows how many times. Let's say the best 1cc'er in the world still needs to play the same game 30 to 40 times just to get through it. You could have gone and tried other games, even if you really love the game. Like, I don't like someone who just limits himself to one thing. So I don't like the idea of it, because at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. Being the best person in the world at Streets of Rage 1 means nothing today, because now there's Streets of Rage 4. Like, if you know for sure that's going to be the only thing, don't spend all the time in the world. If you can get paid for it, different story. If you can set a world record, and it goes back to, you get paid for it, cool. But if you're just doing it for your personal achievement, unless that's your only form of achievement in life, which I can't fault you. Everyone has their own systems of feeling good about, like, getting something done. Do what you gotta do. But honestly, like, don't waste your time. Jim and I talked about us being achievement hunters, and to me, that's the same as being a 1cc chaser. If you found your one game you love and you're not going to play anything else, then do what you got to do. But like I said, I think that's a bit overrated, because I feel like you're just missing out on everything else you could be playing while you're trying to be the perfect player at, Golden Axe 2. It just, to me, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, what do you call it? Like, as we were talking through it a little bit, I was like, if I had to take a side, I probably would have said overrated for what you said. You're just dedicating all your time to one thing. And if that's how you get your enjoyment out of it, but, the feeling of accomplishment, then cool, yeah, have at it. But to me, it just seems, it almost seems like unnecessary. It's definitely unnecessary, but I don't know. It's just a mindset I can't fully grasp. Like, we have a buddy called, like, on Twitter and YouTube called Shmup where that's his gimmick. Like, he loves, shmups, he loves shooters, and he'll challenge himself to have, like, world record runs or no-hit runs. He spent a good 6 months doing a original Star Fox 100% no damage run. And, like, I was following him, and he would talk about how, like, he got to, like, Andros, and he got hit. And he was like, God damn it, the run's ruined. And I'm just like, dude, I can't imagine going through that much hell and then, losing at the 11th hour, basically, like that. So that's the level of dedication I'll never know. But just to think of all the other stuff you could have done with that time.
Is there any part of you that's, not only that you don't know, but that you don't understand, you almost feel bad for?
Well, I mean, if it's a YouTuber doing it, and I'll use Shmup again, unfortunately, for this, like, he put 6 months of work into getting his 100% run, and only got 2,500 views out of it, which, shit, I would love to get 2,500 views on a video that we do, but it doesn't mean, even someone who does get, okay, best case, he gets 1 million views. Okay.
What next? He spent 6 months, like, unless it's his only source of income, I go back to what are you actually, like, if he can set a record, that's a concrete record. If it's a personal achievement, then yeah, you dictate to yourself what's the most important. But if it's just for, like, I hope it's. I especially hope it's not just for YouTube.
No,
And it's not
I'm sure it
someone-
wasn't. Like, there's no way that you're doing unless like the completionist. Like, that's his gimmick. He 100% games of like every sequence and shit like that. Like, that's the gimmick of his channel. But I think for most people, it's just like a passion. I want to do it for this game kind of deal.
Gotcha.
It's like what we said before with me with like beating Hotel Mario. Like, it wasn't fun, but when I got through it, I was like, all right, I had that sense of accomplishment at least that I did do it.
Yeah, and I totally get that, but even Hotel Mario, best case, what? Maybe you spent what? 20 hours on it?
Yeah, probably less than that, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So
I spent
at
5
the end
fucking
of the
hours
day-
on that goddamn last Bowser fight. I know that for goddamn sure.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's really tough. If it's a skill thing, you're skillful enough, I'll say you're underrated at a skill level. But if it's for anything else, kind of feel like it's just overrated.
Yep.